welcome to LinkedIn Life Live. I am here with my peeps. How exciting. This is the first time we're doing a live together. Hi, Bill, Bob, and Sally Joe.
Hey,
Hey.
Hey, everybody.
So excited. So we are here with the purpose to share one of our goals for 2021 when it comes to using LinkedIn for social selling. We all have many, particularly this group. We've got lots of goals, but we wanted to share with you guys a couple of things that you can implement right away that we're actually going to be implementing. If it's okay with you guys, I'm going to start.
Go for it.
Cool. What would have happened if you said no? Okay. So this is, yeah, right. So one of the things that we talk about all the time, which really is a huge differentiator when it comes to using LinkedIn for social selling, is the ability to leverage our existing network to identify who they know that we want to meet. So I am committed to 5 people a week. That's a lot for me right now. I used to do 20 a week when I was really actively prospecting, and that was my primary world. But I'm committed to 5 people a week, whether it's a client or a networking partner, that I am going to search their connections, identify, I don't know, between 8 and 20 people that they may know that I want to meet, and have a conversation with them. Run the names by them, see who they know that they might be either able to introduce me to, or just give me permission to drop their name when I reach out. Because we really believe that's a great way to fill the pipeline. Do any of you want to add to that tip before I call on you for your tip?
I don't think there's much to add to it. I mean, you are the monarch of referrals and that kind of thing. So I don't want to say queen. You're the monarch.
The monarch. I like the monarch butterflies.
Yeah, that's what I thought of. That's funny.
Yeah, no, I love that. Because one day I wrote a poem about a monarch butterfly when I was in middle school. Someday I will share that with you when we're not on air, for a couple of reasons. But anyway, moving on. So next goal, Sally Jo, tell us, what is one of your many social selling goals for 2021?
Yeah, so my focus is really enabling the channel to use LinkedIn more effectively for sales. So because I'm in the channel, I really think it's important to be able to share other channel experts, right? Those that influence the market, to share their ideas and hopefully build on them. And really my go-to person is Jay McBain. He's a rock star in the channel. And so by me commenting on Jay's articles or blogs or posts and also sharing them with my network, does a lot for me. It not only helps me engage with Jay, but I can also engage with other people that also engaged on that post. And by sharing it, I can even expand it even more to be able to engage with even other people that are attracted to Jay, because Jay is a magnet in our industry.
I love that. So everyone that's engaging on Jay's content is someone you want to have a conversation with as well?
Thank you. Yes.
That's great. Do you get it into their inbox? Do you share it directly with people in the channel? Like, hey, just saw Jay's article. Don't know if you had a chance to see it.
I do that sometimes, but maybe that should also be included with my goals this year.
Yeah. So one of the things, and I love that. One of the things that, especially, I mean, we've got a little bit of a following, which is lovely, and so we can share something and some people will engage. But when people are getting started, often they post and no one shows up, right? There's no one engaging. It's just not, really productive. And they're like, this whole thing doesn't work. But there's that little paper airplane at the bottom of every post that if you click on that and you type in Bob Woods, Bill McCormick, Sally Jo Lamont, like, you can send it into their inbox. So if Jay puts out something that's phenomenal and you're like, I have 17 channel people that I would like to follow up with something that's meaningful and not just, hey, I'm touching base, right? You could say, hey, just read this post from Jay, I, as someone that's, a successful channel partner, I thought you might get some value from it. Here's my number one takeaway. I'd love to hear yours.
Great way to expand what I suggested.
I can't help myself.
I love it.
So pick another player.
I'm going to go with Bob.
Okay, thank you very much, Sally Joe, for that almost news-like toss to me, as we used to say. So, for me personally, it's about sharing more original quality content. Now, when most salespeople hear original content, they, why do I have to do it? So it's because you want to inform your audience about what they should be hearing from you, not what you want to tell them. And there is a difference there, because your content should always get them thinking differently about their situation. So, and there's way too many sales situations, way too many products and services out there to really try to quantify that. But ultimately, it's all about leading to your solution, not leading with your solution. And that's probably one of the biggest things that salespeople do in terms of mistakes. They talk about their solutions, and at that point, it's just like it's like a broadcast typical email more than anything else. You really don't want to do that. You want to phrase your content in such a way that they'll think, oh, I never really thought about it like that before. This guy is really interesting. This gal is really interesting. This person's really interesting. I should reach out to them. I could at least comment on their content, maybe even just like it. And that's what you're ultimately looking for. You're looking to start conversations and use LinkedIn and social selling to do that. Now, when it comes to the content in particular, everybody's like, oh God, I don't want to write a blog post. I don't want to, sit down and write 500 words about something. You don't have to do that. You can do video, and video it gets more and more easy to do all the time, especially especially with phones and everything else, and all the cameras. I mean, everything has a camera attached to it anymore, and that's another conversation entirely. But for our purposes, doing a video about what you're thinking about and what you want to lead people to your solution with, that is absolute key. And you can also do that with like a quote if you say something during a sales call or something like that, and you think about it later and you're like, oh gosh, that was really good. I should remember that. Start jotting down that stuff. You can put together a graphic really easy about it and just get it out there. And then when people do start commenting on your great original content, start engaging them within those comments so that you can eventually, have a conversation with them and see if it's a good time for them to do business with you and for you to do business with them.
I love that tip. And you talk about jot down. I have this little LinkedIn booklet that's always here. And when we're doing trainings, I can't tell you how many times we're like, ooh, write that down, write that down, write that down.
Mm-hmm.
I made a mistake on a training. It's recorded. I have to go back and grab it the other day. And they thought I did it on purpose, which I was doing connect and pitch is a bait and switch. And I said something along, it's a bait and pitch. And so they're like, oh, that's so cool. So now, I thought that was kind of fun just in and of itself. So even mistakes that you make, now I'll make some graphic around, is your connection request a bait and pitch?
Yeah.
Right.
Great to.
There's so many of them.
Yeah.
So
What's the other one we had? See, I'm still looking at my notes because it's not.
I have one I haven't shared yet. It's don't increase your prices to make more money, increase your value.
That's good. That's good.
That's good.
It's not mine.
Yeah. And then slow down your outreach to speed up your outcome.
You got it.
So in other words, you don't have to do as much. Like it takes more work in the beginning. You slow down, you don't do as much outreach. You're not sending spam and messages and hundreds of emails or connection requests. You're sending less, but they're of better quality, which speeds up the outcome because you're establishing relationships faster.
That's a Canva right there for you to go use.
Yeah, for sure.
Go grab that one. Awesome. Yep. So Bob, I toss it to the next person, but There's only one more person.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's almost like rolling dice, but not really at this point. Bill, it's
So
your
last but not least, and Bob kind of set me right up because he talked about video. So my goal, and a goal that you should definitely set, is to send 5 personal video messages daily. And it's so easy to do right on the mobile app of your phone. You can actually go to the messaging and click on that, and you can do a video of yourself. And I know what you're thinking, but wait, Bill, I don't like myself on camera. I don't like this, how I sound on video or on recording, all those things. Listen, you have to get over that. This is the new normal, right? As our friend Larry Levine says, all business is personal. What you have to do is figure out that it's just like when you used to meet with people in real life. Remember those days? And you would sit across the table from them, right? You weren't really worried about that. So why you worry about this? You have to think about, as you look in the camera, you have to think about you're looking into the eyes or the face of the person that you're meeting with, and just have a discussion with them. And here's the thing: smile, be dressed in business appropriate clothing. And what's going to happen is you're going to differentiate yourself from everyone else out there, because not a lot of people are using video. So you can use the mobile app, the LinkedIn mobile app on your cell phone, but you can also look at other programs. There's tons of video programs that are out there now, Dub and BombBomb and Vidyard. You can look at using those, but it's just as easy to do right on your phone. And if you send 5 personal video messages a day, I promise you at least 3 of those 5 are going to come back and say, wow, I've never seen a message like that before. All right, maybe 2 will say that. I'm going to hedge my bets, but you're going to differentiate yourself and you're going to stand out.
So who are you sending messages to? Just random?
So I'm sending messages to people who have engaged with my content. I also use another program, and I actually send video connection requests. And I've got just about 100% acceptance on that, because no one else is really doing it. And what's great about that is you only have a 300 character with spaces limit on a connection request personal note that you send. There's no limit when you're talking in video, right? Because all you're putting in there is the link, and that works out really good, really well. So I'm doing it with those folks, and with people who reply to me that they want additional resources. So when somebody connects with me, I always send them a note thanking them and saying, hey, if you have any questions about LinkedIn, or you would like access to some free resources, please let me know and I'll send you a link. And when they say, yeah, please send me the link, I send the link, but then I also send a video message showing how to sign up. So they have a little instruction. And so there's some value to that.
And that's actually part of the slowdown that I think that you talked about a little bit too, because a lot of people will just go ahead and just blast out the link in that initial one. You actually take a step back from that, right?
Yeah, and that's something we learned through COVID is we were actually, our friend Andy Foote, I think, corrected us on that. When people were connecting with us, we were just sending the link, say, hey, here's some resources, sign up. And Andy's like, yeah, that's a sales pitch. You're giving them something they didn't ask for, and you're kind of making an assumption there. So we slowed it down even more to say, hey, and if you're interested, please send. And I'll tell you, I say 90%. I don't know about the rest of you, about 90% of the people come back and say, yeah, I'd love some free resources. Even people that send me pitches and I say, is this working for you? It shouldn't be. And they'll say, yeah, I want to know more. So it's been working really well.
Yeah, I love it. Well, guys, so these are 4 really great things that people can do in 2021. We've got so many more, and there's some great resources. You see kind of the scrolly down there, free resources, totally free, forever free, socialsaleslink.com//library/ It's a hard word to say. Have you tried to say that 3 times?
I'm not going to.
Yeah, no. So feel free to join us there. I hope that this was helpful. If you like it, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on LinkedIn, follow our page so you can get notified when we've got more of these going on. And we'd love to hear some of your takeaways. And we'd love to hear what your goals are, because we're always learning too.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Guys,
Great.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.